Hi, and welcome to Inside CalSTRS Investments, a periodic discussion of how members' contributions are invested for the benefit of CalSTRS members. I'm Media Relations Manager Mike Cecilia, and I'm here today with Chris Ailman, our Chief Investment Officer. Hi, Chris.
Great to see you, Mike.
Chris, exactly where is CalSTRS money invested?
Well, I think it's important that teachers understand that we don't put all our eggs in one basket. I know that's a cliche, but it's actually very apropos for a portfolio this big. We've spread our risk. And in fact, today, about 58% of the portfolio is invested in global stocks around the world. We still have a home country bias, but we're invested globally. We have about 16% in fixed income, about 12% in real estate. So we do own buildings around the USA and a little bit around the world. 10% in private equity, and then we have two new asset classes that are growing, absolute return and inflation sensitive. So inflation sensitive is our infrastructure portfolio, that's about 1%, and absolute return is only about 1%. That's where we're trying risk mitigation strategies. And then finally we have about a 2% cash position because we pay out the teacher benefits. So the key is we spread that portfolio around.
Does CalSTRS try to time the markets with when it buys and sells?
We want to be smart investors, but we are not traders. I really want to emphasize that point. We're investors. In fact, we're long-term patient capital. Our investment horizon is 30 years. So our goal is to invest in these markets, make subtle course corrections, but we are not going to flip in and out of stocks or in and out of bonds on a daily basis. We invest for the long term. And so our eyes are on the horizon, making smart moves, but keeping our focus long term.
Chris, why does asset allocation matter?
It's actually really important. What might surprise people is that simple decision about how much they put in stocks and how much they put in bonds drives almost 90% of their investment return. It would explain the difference between your portfolio and mine. So when you think about your 401k or your 403b, actually take a lot of time to think about how much in stocks and bonds, not particularly which manager. Our investment committee looks at our asset allocation every meeting. They get reports on it monthly from me. But they also look at that decision about once every 3 years. And that takes almost an entire year of analysis before we make subtle changes to that asset allocation.
Where can people find out more information about what's in our portfolio?
We want to be really transparent, Mike. So we've got information all around the CalSTRS Investment Wedge page. On the left-hand bar, you can see information at the top that's called the Investment Overview. I recommend people go there first. Then we also have our portfolio holdings. We list the entire CalSTRS portfolio once a year after the annual report is done, so everybody can see every single holding we have. We want to be very transparent, but we also want to keep that information up to date. So I recommend people come back and click on this, watch these videos, and look at our public report. At the bottom of the page lists our quarterly reports. That information will give you a snapshot of every portfolio we have on a quarterly basis.
Well, thanks, Chris, for that great overview. You've been watching Inside CalSTRS Investments. I'm Mike Cecilia, here with our Chief Investment Officer, Chris Ailman. Thanks for joining us.